What if I told you one of the funniest men in history was fighting a battle that even doctors couldn't identify? Robin Williams made millions of people laugh. His energy was endless. His smile felt real. But behind the scenes, he was slowly losing control of his own mind. The most heartbreaking part? The illness that destroyed his brain wasn't officially discovered until after he died. This isn't just the story of a Hollywood legend. It's the story of one of the greatest hidden tragedies in entertainment history. Robin Williams wasn't just another actor. He was a once-in-a-generation talent. Whether he was making audiences laugh in Mrs. Doubtfire, inspiring students in Dead Poet Society, or voicing the unforgettable genie in Aladdin, Robin had a rare gift. He could make an entire room feel alive. But while the world saw endless laughter, very few people saw what was happening behind the curtain. Today we're uncovering the dark truth behind Robin Williams' final years. Part 1. A Lonely Childhood. Believe it or not, Robin Williams grew up in a wealthy family. But money doesn't always create happiness. His father worked long hours. His mother was often busy with social events. Robin spent much of his childhood alone. Instead of playing with friends, he entertained himself by inventing characters, funny voices, and imaginary worlds. Looking back, many believe this was where his incredible talent was born. Comedy became more than entertainment. It became a way to connect with people, a way to feel seen. Part 2. Success came with a price. By the late 1970s, Robin Williams had become one of America's fastest-rising comedy stars. His mind worked at unbelievable speed. He could improvise for hours. But Hollywood's lifestyle came with dangerous temptations. Robin struggled with cocaine and alcohol during the early years of his career. Everything changed after the tragic overdose death of his close friend, comedian John Belushi. The loss shocked Robin. Around the same time, he became a father, determined to change his life. He worked hard to become sober. For many years, he successfully stayed away from drugs, but emotional struggles never completely disappeared. Part 3. Something was terribly wrong. In 2014, Robin's health suddenly began falling apart. At first, it looked like depression, but then came something far stranger. He developed severe anxiety, memory problems, insomnia, confusion, panic attacks. His movements became slower. Doctors believed he had Parkinson's disease, but the diagnosis never explained everything. Even Robin himself reportedly knew something felt deeply wrong. He told people that he felt like he was losing his mind. No one knew why. Part 4. The Hidden Disease. After Robin Williams passed away in August 2014, doctors performed an autopsy. What they found shocked the medical community. Robin had Lewy Body Dementia, a devastating neurological disease that attacks the brain. Experts later described his case as one of the most severe they had ever seen. The disease can cause visual hallucinations, extreme anxiety, sleep disorders, memory loss, personality changes, and symptoms that closely resemble Parkinson's disease. At the time, the condition was incredibly difficult to diagnose. Robin had been fighting an invisible enemy without even knowing its true name. Part 5. His family was searching for answers. To Robin's wife, Susan Williams, later explained that every single day felt unpredictable. Some mornings, Robin seemed almost normal. Other days, he became overwhelmed with fear, confusion, or physical symptoms that made no sense. Doctors ordered tests, changed medications, offered different diagnoses, but nothing fully explained what was happening. The heartbreaking truth is, the answers only came after he was gone. Part 6. The world misunderstood his final battle. When Robin Williams died, many headlines focused only on depression, but experts later emphasized that his situation was far more complicated. Lewy body dementia had dramatically affected his brain. Combined with anxiety and depression, the disease created an overwhelming neurological and emotional storm. Today, his story is often shared to raise awareness about brain disorders that can be difficult to recognize. It reminds us that not every illness is visible, and not every smile tells the whole story. Part 7. The diagnosis came too late. After Robin Williams' passing, doctors finally uncovered the truth. The autopsy revealed that he had Lewy body dementia, one of the most aggressive and difficult to diagnose brain diseases. Experts later said the disease had spread throughout his brain. Many of the symptoms that had confused doctors, including anxiety, memory loss, hallucinations, and Parkinson-like movement problems, were all connected. The heartbreaking reality was that Robin had been searching for answers, but those answers came only after he was gone. Part 8. Hollywood's biggest misunderstanding. In the days following his death, many headlines focused only on depression, But medical experts later explained that Robin's situation was far more complex. His neurological disease had dramatically affected his emotions, thinking, sleep, and behavior. His wife, Susan Williams, later described the illness as the terrorist inside my husband's brain. Today, Robin's story is often used to educate doctors and families about the hidden dangers of Lewy body dementia. Part 9. The Legacy That Changed Medicine. Robin Williams left behind more than unforgettable movies. His family's openness helped raise worldwide awareness about a disease that many people had never heard of. Researchers, neurologists, and mental health advocates continue to reference his case when discussing early diagnosis and brain health. In many ways, Robin's final struggle has helped countless families better understand symptoms that were once misunderstood. His legacy continues, not only through laughter but through education and hope. Part 10. A smile that hid a silent battle. Robin Williams spent his entire career bringing joy to millions of people. He reminded the world that laughter is powerful. But his life also reminds us that even the brightest smiles can hide unimaginable pain. His story isn't just about tragedy, it's about compassion, understanding, and recognizing that not every battle is visible. Sometimes the people who make us smile the most are fighting the hardest battles of all. If this story touched you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Fact Matrix, and turn on notifications for more true stories behind the world's most famous celebrities. Because every legend has a side of the story that the cameras never captured. Robin Williams spent his entire career making the world laugh. But in the end, he was fighting a battle that almost nobody could see. His legacy isn't just comedy, it's compassion, creativity, and a reminder that mental health and neurological diseases deserve understanding, not judgment. Sometimes, the brightest light hides the deepest darkness. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Fact Matrix, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the hidden stories behind the world's biggest celebrities. Because every legend has a side of the story the cameras never captured. Robin Williams spent his entire life giving the world something priceless: laughter. For decades, he brought joy to millions through unforgettable performances, inspiring characters, and a kindness that many of the people who knew him still remember today. But behind every standing ovation, behind every smile, and behind every burst of laughter, was a man fighting a battle that almost no one could truly understand. His story reminds us that fame doesn't erase pain, success doesn't guarantee happiness, and sometimes the people who seem to have everything are carrying the heaviest burdens. Robin Williams' final diagnosis also changed the way doctors and researchers understand Lewy body dementia, helping raise awareness of a devastating disease that often goes unnoticed until it's too late. Today, his legacy lives on through his films, his unforgettable characters, and the millions of lives he touched with his extraordinary talent. But perhaps the greatest lesson he leaves behind is this: be kind, because you never know what someone is going through behind the smile they show the world. If this documentary helped you see Robin Williams in a new light, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Fact Matrix, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the hidden stories behind the world's biggest celebrities. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the brightest light hides the deepest darkness until the world finally learns the truth.